Chapter 2 Walking About with Them. I was walking with a group of friends, and I thought I was in my middle school, high school body until I saw my classmates in 5th grade with me. We were walking down the concrete sidewalk as cars drove by. As we continued walking, we noticed a building that looks like it was an unfinished Walmart, put up with bricks. Lights were on and people were in. Me and my friends jumped and magically teleported over the gate. Me and my friends went inside. We We then realized it was a factory building that wasn't finished. So then me and my friends walked inside the building, and we decided to split up into 4. And I think 8 of us were there, so 2 groups of 4 split up. So what I remember is that I was with 3 girls, and their names were Savannah, Madden, and Symphony. So as we walked, I was in the lead, walking in front. And when I looked back to see 4 girls I didn't know, but they looked like they were in middle school. So me and these girls helped me find my classmates. But we looked around the whole building and I couldn't find them at all. So we heard footsteps of what sounded like teenage or adult boys walking inside the building, because it was mid-morning. Luckily, the lights were still on, and us girls could see. So I led the 4 middle schoolers with me to the 2nd floor, and luckily there was vines that were full grown. So I let them go first. I watched the door. We came from to make sure we didn't get caught. But I realized there was no door, so I just had to. So it was just a door-shaped hole with no door. And as it was my turn to climb down, I saw a man walking towards the door gap. And I quickly climbed down as fast as possible. And for some reason, we were suddenly teleported with the building a couple blocks from my grandma's house. So me and these girls ran with me, and I led them to my house. I can't remember clearly is a boy or girl from their school was in my sister's room waiting for us. Chapter 3 The Broken Group and Plan. Me and the middle schooler sat down. I sat on the edge of my sister's bed where faced a desk she had. 3 middle schoolers sat below me, and the other middle schooler sat on the beanbag. The boy middle schooler then opened the door to let Symphony in. So, for now, let's call the middle schoolers a letter. The girl with the ponytail with curly hair will be called P. The second middle schooler with the straight brown hair will be called S. The third middle schooler will be called E. The fourth middle schooler will be called J. The middle schooler that was already inside my sister's room will be called William, Willow, or just W. So we made some plan. I don't remember what they said. And then we ran to the kitchen to gather some food. We then packed up stuff we needed for all of us getting out. After we packed up, we walked outside, and it was sunset. Even though through the windows it was midnight or mid-morning. But for some reason, we were not in the neighborhood I was in. We walked, and there were more groups that found out the dangers running with us. We ran and kept running until I stopped. I realized I got slid up from my roof. I then saw a huge crowd of random people that looked like they were lost, too, was at a building outside. I ran to the crowd and looked around until I saw Symphony looking lost. So I ran towards her, and I told her to find some of us. As we walked, more lost people pushed us and ended up taking Symphony, putting her back to the lost place. I got worried until this random group of people picked me up, and we walked to a house. The leader explained that he was taking lost people. Then I realized one of my classmates, Maggie, was mouthing me to help her and run out. So as the leader was distracted, me and Maggie ran. We walked along the sidewalk, and this time Maggie stopped me as she knew that 2 younger girls that looked like S doubled, and they were wearing Symphony's clothes. Me and Maggie chased them, but everything went black. I woke up in a similar sidewalk that looked like the last one, but it wasn't. I stood up, and Maggie, Symphony, and Jay was behind me, waiting for me. So all of us started walking until we saw glitches. Everything was quiet, and a sunset never went down. All of the houses were pastel color, and the roofs were all gray tiles. All the garages were white, including the doors. In my vision, I saw drawings that I made in the past popped up in one frame. I saw a glimpse of an eye, and some small drawings of bugs, birds, and toys.